Hey guys, Luton here, and we're back on Hardline. Now, why are we back on Hardline? Well, before we get to that, I just want to point out that this is not recent gameplay. This is back from the beta, so it's not a recent build of the game. Also, the tweets that I'm going to show you today, I have selected down through the most relevant ones. It's all still live on my Twitter account, but I've just picked out the most important aspects. So now that we've got those things out of the way, we can talk about this. So, the medbags. With the changes to the medbags in Battlefield 4, how positive that was and how much I was enjoying it, I thought, hey, you know, this is something that we need to see in Hardline as well. And so I messaged up Sasser, he's the lead multiplayer designer for Battlefield Hardline, and I said, the changes to the medbags are positive, can we see this for Hardline too? He got back to me and said, thanks for the great feedback, probably won't have this for ship, and here's the reasoning. Thad says, we're past now being able to add new features at this time as well, and I'd wait to see the overall sentiment on this change. I said, I think the actual suppress heal aspect is less important. The most important thing is to balance the rate of healing. That is the most important thing. He said, word, that's a good point. He said, Hardline plays differently enough, it might not be a good fit. We've reduced the effect and importance of suppression. I also then said, you want people to push and have a strong flow in the gameplay. You don't want to have just rewarding for mindless KD rushing, right? And he said, yeah, but we have a strong emphasis on team play overall, so yes, that rings true. And then the last thing I got to him about was, can you confirm that the medbags will heal in a more balanced way and not instantly refill your health in 2 to 3 seconds? Thad says, yep, we've been tuning that since you mentioned it. There are some changes to how the med kit system works. So overall, really positive. We then went on to talk a little bit about the multiplayer itself, the team play aspect, how important that was, and Thad basically highlighted to me that the team play objective element of Hardline is really, really important to them. Now I have to say, right here in Blood Money, we had many rounds where I did not feel that this was the case. But here's the thing, you can't change how everyone's going to play. You know, you'd have to be deluded to think that just by going into Hardline, suddenly we're going to see a change in the way people play. You know, as much as I would like to see that, it's totally unrealistic. You know, it's pretty much going to be the way that the same people who play Battlefield right now are probably going to transition across to Hardline. So you've got to keep that in mind. But with all that said, the most important thing to me and to a lot of people is the team play objective aspect, and it's important to keep that pushing forward. Now, from what Thad said to me, I'm actually feeling that Visceral really want to encourage this, and he actually was speaking to me a little bit about the point system and how the point system is going to be very, very specifically relevant to that, more so than in Battlefield 4. And I said this, I said, you know, I've highlighted in videos before where I have just literally dicked around in the game, C4ing and blowing shit up, and then I come top of the scoreboard. I said that should be impossible. You shouldn't be able to do that. When you're playing in objective game mode, you shouldn't be able to just screw around and end up on top of the scoreboard. That should literally not be able to happen. And he said, yeah, they're addressing that. The way in which you score points in Hardline is going to, you know, specifically replicate to the way in which you perform on the board, you know. So basically what he's saying is that if you are playing the objective, if you're capping the bases, if you're scoring the points, you are going to be placed much higher on the board than somebody that just runs around racking kills or blowing shit up for the whole round. Now, the point that I would make is that right now in this round, I am literally doing that. I'm just driving around, blowing shit up, racking people down. And although I do score some points and so on, I did rack some money throughout this round, I pretty much was just driving around and attacking. Now, the thing was that the trucks and the tanks, they have been altered as I understand it. You know, these are not as powerful now as they were in this video because they were well aware of the fact this needed to be tweaked. So, I'm not going to come out one way or the other and say, you know, Hardline is not going to be objective or Hardline is going to be very objective. I really want to wait and see what changes they've made, see how it plays out. I'm hopefully going to speak to Thad some more and find out a little bit more about the multiplayer aspect and the team play aspect. So if you have any thoughts or questions about that, drop it down in the comments below. But we really just have to see how it plays out going forward. It's too early to say at this point. I am not unoptimistic about it. I'm trying to keep an open mind, but at the same time I am concerned. It's a big deal for me. Whether or not Hardline becomes objective is going to be a make or break deal for me. One thing that's very positive is to have my own server right out of the gate. Bring all you objective guys over to my server and we'll get some amazing action. Drop your thoughts below about objective gameplay, guys, and Battlefield Hardline, and I'll see you next time for some more discussion around this topic. See you then.